introduction of your bill.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Grijalva. Thank you for the opportunity and the honor of testifying for this committee on H.R. 3802. I also want to thank Mr. DeFazio for his kind remarks this morning. H.R. 3802 is a bill reauthorizing the Adams Memorial Foundation through December 2nd, 2020. This bill, which has the support of the entire Massachusetts delegation, will allow the Adams Memorial Foundation and all stakeholders to continue working towards the goal of citing and building a commemorative memorial honoring President John Adams and his family and the role that they played in shaping our nation. I have the honor of representing Massachusetts' 8th Congressional District, which includes the town of Braintree and the city of Quincy, nicknamed the City of Presidents. Quincy is home to the Adams National Historic Park, the birthplace of John Adams, and the location at which the family resided until 1927. It's an understatement to say I'm proud to hold the seat associated with that once held by John Quincy Adams. John Adams was a defender of due process, champion of independence, diplomat, vice president, president, founding father. He authored the Massachusetts Constitution, the oldest continually functioning written constitution in the world, and the document after which the United States Constitution, so often referenced in the halls of Congress, was modeled. Incidentally, he also drafted the rules of the House in Massachusetts, which were later, since he was very influential, later adopted by our own House of Representatives. He dedicated his entire life to the ideals and values that built this country and which so many of us continue to hold dear. Yet there is no memorial in our nation's capital dedicated to one of our most influential founding fathers, a man who Thomas Jefferson called, quote, a colossus of independence, close quote. This is a tragic omission that needs to be rectified. My former colleague, Congressman Bill Delahunt, with the support of the Massachusetts delegation, acted to correct this oversight when he introduced a bill authorizing the creation of the Adams Memorial Foundation. As you know, the Adams Memorial Foundation was established to commemorate not only John Adams, but also the legacy of the Adams family, who for generations embraced his ideals. His wife Abigail, his son and 6th President and Congressman John Quincy Adams, his wife Louisa Catherine, and their son Charles Francis, and his sons Henry and Brooks. As the enabling legislation states, quote, both individually and collectively, the members of this illustrious family have enriched the nation through their profound civic consciousness, abiding belief in the perfectibility of the nation's democracy, and commitment to service and sacrifice for the common good, close quote. Since its initial authorization, the Adams Memorial Foundation, which counts among its leadership members of the Adams family and respected historians, has been committed to realizing its goal of creating a commemorative memorial. However, citing a commemorative memorial in the nation's capital is an arduous task, as you know. So despite the best efforts of the Adams Memorial Foundation and all the parties involved, I testify before you today absent agreement upon location for the memorial. I want to stress, however, that I do not doubt that all the stakeholders firmly believe the Adams family legacy is worthy of such a memorial. I think that the bill, if acted upon favorably by the committee, will give all parties adequate time to reach agreement on a location that appropriately honors this legacy. As a lifelong resident of Boston, I grew up knowing the historic importance of John Adams and his family and their contributions to our country. For many of us in Massachusetts, the Adams family and their contributions to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the nation have been a beacon upon which to focus our own efforts. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams, the sword, the pen, and the voice of our nation's independence, yet the voice which was carried for generations beyond independence goes unrecognized in the seat of the government it helped to create and sustain. It is also time to correct this oversight. I also ask unanimous consent that I am allowed to submit the written testimony of Benjamin Adams, who is the president of the Adams Memorial Foundation, Incorporated. Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence in allowing me to testify and giving me the opportunity to speak on this very important bill. I yield back.
Thank you.